Hello, everybody. I am Warm. Welcome back to VLR. Last time, we finished another ending, if you could believe it. Yes, it turned out that this was one of those. They hide how many stages are actually there until until you do them, and so quite a bit we had to do there, but we did it. And we got the Tenmyoji ending. We learned about his background as a scavenger, which he did say previously, but for some reason that just didn't. I didn't get that vibe with him. Well, I guess I don't really know what sort of vibe a scavenger's supposed to have, but. Well, okay. In any case, yeah, the overall whole story there, I mean, it wasn't anything too crazy. It was just about Quark and Tenmyoji's relationship. We learned that, well, they're not blood related. Quark was found by Tenmyoji, and since no one else was willing to take care of him, he ended up doing it himself, and over time, Tenmyoji grew to truly treat Quark as his own family, and so Quark was obviously very thankful for that. And due to our ally vote, they got to escape as well. So that was pretty much that. Another huge thing that occurred was in the director's office after we went back there. We got to see Zero, or at least we saw a man who claimed to be Zero. Of course, you know, as someone who has a rudimentary understanding of mysteries, this is pretty far into the game at this point, and if you're gonna have a, one of us is the bad guy sort of thing, you should introduce them very early on. So having this random pirate suddenly show up this far into the game and announce that he's Zero, I find a bit suspicious. But if we take him at his word, then I guess he's Zero. And he said a couple things. One was a password to the first bomb. I think we did get a password from Dio as well for maybe a different bomb or something. I'd have to go back and check. But, and the other thing he said, the other thing he said was, he gave an analogy where he likened the whole human endeavor, so to speak, to a termite colony, in that all the various termites may have no understanding or idea of what it is they are doing, but combined their efforts produce a beautiful termite colony that we as humans can appreciate due to our higher level of, what would you say, intelligence, I guess, but it's not just intelligence. It's he used the term higher dimension. He's saying basically, whereas we as humans can appreciate the termites, even though they don't understand what they're doing, perhaps a being from a higher dimension from humanity can appreciate what humans are doing, even if we don't really understand what we're doing. And obviously the morphogenetic field must play a part in that in some way, and this whole thing we're doing here must play a part in that in some way, but I don't know. I guess we're just gonna have to wait till we get a more complete picture of what's going on here. Okay, so we're going to choose the other way this time, but before we do that, I believe, let me check. Yes, okay. So I got the word from Lise here. Apparently there are some more files we can work through here. And just so I don't have to, you know, do them all at once, we can do them separately. A few different pages now. Let's see. I can do 3, 8, 10, and 15. So let's go ahead and do those now because I don't know. I don't expect this remaining path to be very long. So we'll read these pages and then we'll finish this here, and then we'll see how far we are. Maybe we'll start another path, or maybe we won't. Depends on how much time's left. Okay, so let's do that. Soparil B, or I've seen this symbol before. I don't remember. Is it beta or is it just B? Okay. Soparil, one of the drugs used by the nonary bracelets, and an extremely powerful anesthetic. It is the first drug injected when a participant breaks one of the rules. This drug also appeared in Virtue's Last Reward's sister title, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. Interesting that they say sister title and not prequel. Whereas this is the sequel, but I guess it's fine. It was created by Mr. H, who is the president of Cradle Pharmaceuticals and appeared in 999. He developed it by extracting and purifying an alkaloid from a variety of mandrake. High usage can lead to some side effects, including severe memory loss. It can also be aerosolized and used as an anesthetic or knockout gas. Yes, we've seen it before. Tubocurarine, one of the drugs used by nonary bracelets and an extremely powerful muscle relaxant. This is the second drug injected by the bracelets if a rule is broken. Tubocurarine. Is that a typo? I think that is a typo. The tubocurarine is injected 9 minutes after the Soparil. It causes the respiratory muscles to cease functioning, and the body perishes from lack of oxygen. Two typos in a row. That's kind of funny. Tubocurarine. It's tuboquarine and then tubcurarine. Okay. Tubocurarine is a component in some of the poisons used by indigenous populations of South America who tip their arrows with poison when hunting. I think this was Lise. I think you mentioned this as well, in reference to a certain other visual novel that had a similar thing occur here. Yeah. It can be counteracted with... Oh my goodness. I beg your pardon here. Cholinesterase inhibitor. Nope, that's probably very wrong. Cholinesterase. Nope, I don't think that's right. But it's not clear if the nonary game facility has any of this antidote available. Gotcha. ADAM. Acronym for the Automatic Diagnosis and Analysis Machine. This device uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose anyone put into it. It's similar to the MRI machines you might find in modern-day hospitals, only much smaller and more efficient. An advanced computer built into the device can automatically diagnose most issues and ailments. If the subject of diagnosis is already deceased, the ADAM can perform a virtual autopsy to determine the cause of death. What a handy little device. Newspaper excerpt. Radical 6 infection spreads. Cure continues to elude authorities. The Radical 6 virus continues to spread across the globe like wildfire. The WHO has confirmed that the death toll has made it to a pass on. Made a quarantine. Yeah. Pandemic. When an epidemic spreads beyond a certain area, it becomes a pandemic. Some historical pandemics include cholera, typhoid fever, tuberculosis, the Black Plague, and smallpox. Certain influenza outbreaks have also reached a pandemic or near pandemic levels of infection. In Spain in 1918, an influenza outbreak was said to have caused 40 to 50 million deaths. My goodness. As an aside, I count myself as somewhat lucky. Why did I say somewhat? I count myself as lucky to, you know, to be born and live where I am, and also to be born when I was born. You know, it is just, sometimes the scale of history is, well, you can try to imagine it, but you just can't. The scale is too much. And I'm not sure I would want to appreciate it, but I'm not sure if I would want to truly imagine it, because it's almost, it feels like it would bury you, you know? Just the weight of some of these events. Sorry, that was a bit heavy. Let's move on. Radical 6. Powerful virus whose worldwide spread is an integral part of this story. If you want to know what Radical and 6 mean, you'll just have to play the game to find out. Well, thank you for letting me know they'll break it down. Oh, I think they did, right? Radical, and then there was the root or something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did talk about it. Injection gun. Powerful syringe that uses easily swappable vials. How fancy. Okay, the other pages were 8, 10, and 15. Oops. Okay. AB Game 1. This refers to Ambidex game. It's fair to assume that AB is short for Ambidex, but it also represents the two choices the player is given, A or B. Or A and B. A is a choice to ally, B is a choice to betray. When using the loading machine AB, each player must choose either to betray or ally before the time limit is up. AB Game 2. A round of the AB game is played between the members of the group that went through the previous chromatic door together. The two members of the pair play against a single solo. Each party can choose either to cooperate or betray. The BP of each player will change depending on the choice. If you choose to ally and your opponent chooses to ally, you get 2 BP. If you choose to ally and your opponent chooses to betray, you get minus 2 BP. If you choose to betray and your opponent chooses to ally, you get 3 BP. If you choose to betray and your opponent chooses to betray, you get 0 BP. Excuse me. Got it. Understood. Penalty. If you break the rules or if your BP falls below 0, you'll be penalized. More specifically, 7 needles in your bracelet will be activated, injecting you with 2 different things. First instance is Sober Bean, 9 minutes later, you run another Tubacurine, then bonus relax, he's going to kill you, another rest burns his death. Yeah. Voting machine. Machine uses participate. We get it. Hazmat suit. The manual in the PEC contains the following text and reference of these suits. The air inside this facility is kept at very high pressure relative to the outside environment. This is to prevent air contaminated by the virus from entering. All persons wishing to exit the facility must proceed through the pressure exchange chamber. In order to prevent the spread of the virus and maintain a sterile environment, all persons entering the PCEC must wear a specialized hazmat suit. Anyone not wearing a suit will not be able to allowed to enter the PEC. Scotch. Type of whiskey made in Scotland. Its unique aroma comes from the peat used in manufacture. Scotch is Ted Mioji's favorite drink. He often claims a little scotch would scratch this itch after returning from work, which annoys Quark. Root beer float. A well-known drink made by putting a scoop of vanilla ice cream in some root beer. Also known as a black cow. Quark has taken to saying, root beer floats my boat, which warms Ted Mioji's heart. How quaint. Let's see. Now we can do page 10. Treatment pod. An amazing machine that augments an individual's natural ability to heal, strengthens their immune system, accelerates their metabolism, and can cure many otherwise incurable diseases. My goodness. That is an incredible machine. That should exist now. Here. In the real world. That'd be awesome. In addition, it can create... Yeah. I believe that's also a typo there. In addition, it can create personalized medicines, perform gene therapy, and even repair the effects of radiation. What? My goodness. Incredible's right, game. It's not that incredible if it can't cure Radical 6, you say? Yes, well, I guess you got a point, but don't worry, it also has a function called cold sleep. Cold sleep uses CAS, freezing to freeze the entire body without damaging it. That way, even if the disease you have can't be cured, you can be frozen until a cure is found. Yeah. That makes sense. What do you think, guys? What do you, if we're able to develop this technology cold sleep. You know, put you on ice. Would you volunteer to try it? Would you be willing to do that? I guess we'd need to know. There'd be certain things you'd need to know, right? Like, is it like private companies doing it? Is it a government does it or doing it? And you know, I'm sure each of the whichever one is doing it, there's gonna be ups or downs. You know, I could just imagine some like sci-fi novel where you get put on ice and it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna put you in for 100 years, and then, you know, who knows what happens within 100 years, and then whoopsie daisy, 1,000 years pass, and who knows what's going on, you know? Or you never wake up again. It's a bit frightening to me, to be perfectly honest, the idea. But you know, the hopeful sci-fi would be it's used for like colonization of space. Send a ship out, put you on ice, wake up on a new planet, something like that. I don't know. Well, I don't know. What's the over and under on this technology actually being feasible in our real life here? I don't know. I kind of hope we can do it eventually, at least in some way. Maybe not as far as some sci-fi fiction. That's already sci-fi is fiction already. I didn't need to say that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Just interesting. It's always been an interesting idea. Yeah. Cold sleep. Oh, here it is. Okay. There are generally two types of cold sleep. The first involves lowering your internal body temperature. This reduces your basal metabolic rate, and induces a state similar to hibernation. In other words, your body is still actively functioning, just very slowly. The other sort of cold sleep is the one in this game. This involves freezing your body to essentially lock it in whatever state it was in. Until recently, this was impossible because the expansion and crystallization that took place during the freezing process irrevocably damaged human tissue. In this world where the game takes place, however, CAS technology has overcome this hurdle and made cryonics a reality. The resuscitation rate is nearly 100%. In fact, you'd be much more likely to die in a plane crash, which means that freezing yourself to visit the future is much safer than flying from Tokyo to Milan. How about that? How about that? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. CAS. CAS stands for Cells Alive System. It allows organic tissue to be safely and non-destructively frozen. In this game, CAS is used to put people in cold sleep. It supercools the subjects with a magnetic field and causes them to freeze almost instantly, preventing crystallization in real life. But the problem comes when you try to thaw someone out, which also must be done instantly. In this game, however, the technological magic of the treatment pod makes returning from cold sleep possible. Gotcha. Past two Nonor games, November 2018, 16 children reported missing. In actuality, 18 children were taken, but 2 were never reported. The person in charge was someone we refer to as H. The purpose of the game was to conduct various conspiromorphic residents with the children as test subjects. I won't go into specifics here, but the short version is this was the first Nonor game. November 1st, 2027, of the total of 9 people participated in this session. They were abducted just as the children had been, but this time H was not in charge of the game. Clover was a participant in both games, and now she finds herself playing the Nonori game yet again. Esper resonance. In the context of this game, Espers are people with the ability to access the morphogenetic field. An Esper can increase the strength of their signal by being close proximity to other Espers. Aha! Aha! Are you ready for the snooty grammar correction? Where I get to bust out some grammar knowledge and look very sophomoric, look very I can look very snooty and very other synonyms for that. Anyway, the proximity, you don't need to say close proximity, because proximity already implies close, as in nearby. So you could just say by being in proximity. You don't need to put the close there. Yeah, because you can't be far proximity. That's not what that means. Anyway, that's my snooty grammar lesson of the day. There we go. Now you can all make fun of me for it. Okay. Assuming they are the strongest signal will absorb any weak ones nearby and use them to amplify its own strength. It's sort of like waves. The biggest wave adds the amplitude of smaller waves to its own and covers them up. Got it. Nonary veterans. The following 9 people were participants in a game that Clover claims to have been part of. Ace, middle-aged man. Snake, Clover's older brother, real name Light. Santa, arrogant, uncooperative young man. Clover, still Clover, just younger and with a jacket. Nice, I'm glad we got that distinction. Junpei, hero of 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. June, Junpei's best friend. Real name, Akane Kurashiki. 7, amnesic detective. Amnesic? Is it not amnesiac? Okay. 8, Lotus, attractive programmer, has 2 daughters. Kubota, skittish man, gets blown up. Nice. Got the all the most important details here. Got it. Neostigmine, a type of carbamate compound which acts as a reversible. Okay. Acetylcholinesterase inhibitor. Exciting the parasympathetic nerve. This allows it to counteract the effects of the muscle relaxant tubocurine. It can be delivered with an injection gun like the one you see here. Just messing with me, game. And 15. Let's do 15. Sediments are key. 3 different types of cards generally found in the safes in each room and used to open the AB gate. Without them, you can't open the AB gate to play the AB game, which means you can't gain BP. In other words, getting one of these cards is the first step in your escape. Stud key is used during the first round, move key for the second, and star key for the third. Yes. Slingshot, elementary device that uses rubber to launch a small projectile frequently used by adolescent ne'er-do-wells, can be used as a necklace, but this was not recommended. No, I should say not. Test site mystery. The site in question was a simulated manned mission to Mars held in the Nevada desert, Nevada again, on New Year's Eve, 2028. The audio logs of the simulation contain a woman's voice assumed to be one of the test subjects, saying the following: 6 of us are dead. Counting myself, there are only 3 left. I guess you could say I killed them. No, that's not quite right. Not just them, not just these 6, all of them, all 6 billion. Most evidence seems to suggest this was the beginning of the Radical 6 outbreak and that the Nevada facility was the epicenter of the pandemic. So it seems. Termite. The site in question was... Oh, this is not termite. The general term used to refer to the insects in the epifamily of Termitoidae of the cockroach order Blattodea. That's right, even though they're sometimes called white ants, termites aren't even the same family as ants, they're in the cockroach family instead. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Also, king crabs are in the hermit crab order. And the remora is in the Perciformes order? What's a remora? I don't know what a remora is. Okay. Don't know why we needed to know that, but alright. Have a nice something 3. Word 03 says before he leaves here, if you say have a nice trouble, have a nice try, to have a nice trust. Gotcha. Conjunction. A term used in positional astronomy. Simply put, it means when 2 celestial bodies appear near one another in the sky. When used in the context of our solar system, it often refers to a position where a given celestial body is aligned with the sun. For example, when the Mars is on the opposite side of the sun from Earth, it is considered to be in conjunction with Earth. Mercury and Venus, which go very closer to the sun than the Earth does, have 2 types of conjunction. When they are hidden from on the other side of the sun, this is referred to as superior conjunction. When they are lined up on the near side of the sun, this is called an inferior conjunction. Tenmyoji's picture. This is the photograph that Tamuji was holding. The subject is a girl named Akane Kurashiki. Akane was one of the people who appeared in this game's sister title, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors, as a childhood friend of Junpei, that title's main character. In 999, she was 21 years old. It was taken 9 years before then, when she was 12. Look at the left side of the picture. If you look closely, it actually looks like there's a man grinning in the background. Do you see him? Don't worry, it seems a little strange. A spirit medium has told this person in this picture is a guardian spirit who'd be looking after her. He must have shown up here because he'd never heard of the Sword of Destiny on his turn. Say what now? I'm not sure I see it, game. Are you just messing with me? Don't mess with me with that spooky stuff. I'm not a fan of that spooky stuff. Don't mess with me. Okay. There we go. That was quite a lot. Yeah, let's keep going. Get out of here. I know you're taking me for a ride, Tenmyoji. Who do you think I am? I'm Sigma.
Results from round 3 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed.
I'm assuming it's going to be either a bad end or, I don't know, maybe Quark ending.
Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Ba-bam. Ba-bam. Okay. Bye-bye, Clover. Bye-bye.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
So on this and the Tenmyoji ending, well, even we can go even earlier than that. So Quark recovered. That's crazy, right? And Alice recovered too. Or Alice never got it, right? Presumably someone found the Accelavir and used it on him, is what I guess what we're supposed to think.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Hey, what's the deal?
Quark had nothing to do with it. I entered the vote.
So, why'd you choose Betray?
Couldn't I ask you the same thing? I don't really think this is the time for a fight, though. Look, Clover's over by the door.
What? Oh no. Wow. I think that was the quickest this has ever happened. There's no tension. It just happened.
The number 9 door.
Fuck, she opened it.
Ugh! Why? Clover, wait!
Clover, what the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm going to call the others.
What?
I'll get justice for Alice.
Justice? Wait, do you mean... Oh no, Alice got murdered. Sorry. I forgot. This is the one where Alice got murdered. Or Alice killed herself.
Number 9 door has been opened.
My mind's all mixed up after having read so much.
It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Time for me to go. No! Please, Clover, wait!
Like hell, I'm just gonna let you walk out of here.
No, Dio. See, it's not Sigma who's trying to leave, so you're not going to be able to stop her. Only Sigma gets tackled repeatedly and is unable to escape. Dio leapt at Clover, his fists raised. Clover easily avoided him, the game says, and moved toward the door.
Goodbye.
See, if it were Sigma, he'd just get clocked over the head and, would be down for the count. I caught one last glimpse of her face as she slid through the door. It was a mask of ice.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
Wow, that was quick. Bada bing. Game over 2, huh? I suppose I could have done that last time. Okay. Which do I want to do now? How can Phi and K be saved? There isn't enough antiviral medication. This one, I don't remember the context here. This one we could probably take. We can probably go to the lab and make some more because we know about the lab now. This one, how do we stop Phi? No, we already did that. So it's here. Who planted the bomb? Oops. Oh, I always hate. I remember. I forget about this. Okay. How about this? Well, hang on. How about, so I guess it's only 2, huh? This or this? And we have 1, 2, 3. What's this one? Yeah, who planted the bomb? Who planted the bomb? Okay. Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 ways we can't go right now. Huh, I thought there were more than just 2. Oh well. Okay, guys. Which do you think I should see next time? I think I'm gonna call it here. Let's I want to start afresh and get a good amount done for a whole episode rather than just half of one. So yeah, do we want to find out how Phi and K can be saved, or do we want to go make some more medication? I'll ask for your input here. Which one do you think I'll enjoy more? Or which one do you want to see more? I don't know. Flip a coin if you want. I'm not all that picky, really. Okay, I've been the Worm. This has been VLR. Short episode. Some pretty much mostly just some housekeeping. Finished up this bad end here and read the those secret pages. Alrighty. Hope to see you next time for some more. Have a good one.